Okay. All right, we're live. Well, hey, everybody. My name is Fraser Cain. I'm the publisher of Universe Today, and this is your virtual star party for Sunday,
the 23rd of February,
2014.
Yes.
And we got lots of telescopes and lots of brain power tonight, so I think this is going to be a really good show. It's up to you to guess who are the telescopes and who are the brain power. All right, joining us. We got David Dickinson in Florida. Hey, David.
Hey, everything's
Now,
inside
your
tonight.
telescope I see over there is going to look through your ceiling. How's this going to work?
Well, that one's looking through the ceiling, and with the other ones, they're both looking through the ceiling, basically. So, yeah, we're clouded out here tonight, so they're grounded.
Right, okay. All right, moving on. We got Gary Gonella in Los Angeles. Now, Gary, we can never tell whether you've got clear skies or not because you're in your bunker.
Yeah, it's good tonight.
It's good?
I got skies.
You got skies.
Yeah.
All right. Now, your hills aren't on fire?
No, nothing's burning. We could use some rain.
No, not tonight.
Well, since I've left that area, then the fires have gone out.
Right, they follow you.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something said there.
Hey,
yeah, that has been noted, Scott.
Hey, I was a firefighter, all right? I put those out.
Oh, right. We got James McGee. Hey, James. He's muted.
Silent James.
Silent James. Well, he's got huge winds happening in the background, so he's going to be muted most of the time, I'm sure.
Yes.
I can hear the wind. Listen. Can't hear James.
Sounds like he's at the South Pole or something.
Yeah, he's at the South Pole. He's on some mountain somewhere. From Astronomers Without Borders, we got Mike Simmons. And Mike, your big show is coming up pretty soon now. Your big event.
Yeah, the big thing. If I get a chance to mention it, well, I'll mention some online stuff that we're doing, online observing.
All right. Well, I'm sure you'll sneak that in at some point while we do the show.
I'm sneaky.
I am getting echo. Where am I getting it from?
I've tried that all pre-show. I'm just like mute everybody and I'll talk.
So you're all getting muted. It's just I'm sorry to say this in advance. You're all getting muted. We got Roy Salisbury. Hey, Roy.
Hey.
And have you worked through all of your gremlins this week?
Yes, I have.
All of the technology, all of the telescopes.
Did you hide the water? Hide the water.
Is there wind? Is there?
No
it's
wind,
all good.
No clouds. No moon. Everything's perfect.
Right on. My co-host, Scientific Scott Lewis.
God. Yes, that is me, being scientific.
And if you haven't already, you've got to check out Scott's work with the new Kepler video that you guys posted to Deep Astronomy. It was fantastic.
We had a lot of fun with it, and it's been doing really, really well. Huge shout-out to Universe Today, Huffington Post, Discovery for sharing it out there on their websites. It's been awesome. And just all the great comments we've had. It's been really great for the last, it's been out for 3 days now. And a lot of really
20,000 views on it so far?
Yeah, 24,000.
That's amazing.
Ran over.
That's fantastic. And it's got Tony Darnell's just beautiful voice.
Beautiful, buttery voice.
Yeah.
Tony Darnell wrote and narrated it, and I did the production and directing. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
A lot of work.
A lot of work, but I think it paid off. We had a lot of fun doing it.
Well, it's the opposite to what we do, right? We everything here we just do it all live, but with what you're sitting editing for weeks on end.
I'm sitting here in front of Premiere in my dungeon, just but it was worth it. I've really started to love video editing to the point where I can make these things come alive. So it's been nice.
We got Shaw Ahmad. Hey, Shaw. You're muted though.
Yeah.
Are you too afraid, Shaw? You can unmute yourself for a second.
No, don't do it, Shaw. You'll break the
internet. All right. Now, have you put like a bunch of your photographs behind you? Is that what we're looking at here? And then you've got your stairs leading up to your telescope?
These are some of the photographs that I took from. It was from Australia actually, when I went there on last November, 2012.
Oh, nice.
And you took those during the day?
No.
So you do astronomy at night?
You're calling the daytime astronomer, yeah.
Yeah, the daytime astronomer.
I'll change that. Don't worry. If I have to be up at 3 a.m. to have another VSP, I will do it.
Who needs muting? Okay.
I think it's Gary. I'm sorry, Gary, but I think it's you.
We got Tom Nathe. Hey, Tom.
Hey. What are y'all doing out there in internet land?
We got tons of snow today. And I know you didn't. You're up in the northwest, but
Yeah.
we got all this. We got mountains of snow.
Yeah, the dividing line is the Columbia River for us.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, well, let's get rolling
everything
then.
north of the Columbia.
So we've already got a few telescopes. Let's see who's got telescopes for us.
I vote James.
I vote
for
James. Let's go with James.
As the clouds roll in. And let's go to somewhere else.
That is perfect. That is
And,
perfect.
yeah, James,
I can see the red spot.
you're booted.
There it is.
Okay, so we've got the red
Jupiter's
spot in the
bashful.
center. And,
Oh, yeah.
Someone say
occasionally-
cute clouds.
Occasionally, you can actually see a moon crossing Jupiter there towards the
I
left of the red
can
spot.
see a flash.
See the red spot tonight.
I can see a flash of white where Europa is. Yeah, the moon. It just moved in front. They're very
just
occasional.
let people know how they can get in contact with us. So if you want to participate in the show, you can always use the Q&A app, which we've enabled. You should be able to see that Fraser Cain is answering questions. It says, be part of the conversation. Click to join live Q&A on Google Hangouts. You can also put any comments into the event page over on Google+. There's where the video is actually being hosted on my stream on Google+.
And there's two events on the VSP page, and
two events on the VSP
I commented pointing people to the real one.
Yeah.
So if you leave a comment on the fake one, that's on you.
That's on you. We're not going to catch that one.
No.
You can use Twitter. Use @the_VSP.
I'm checking that out. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And we can also use Google. Let me see. We can also use YouTube if you want to make a
YouTube,
comment over on
yes.
YouTube. We'll probably notice that as well. The one I recommend the best is the Q&A app.
It's Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Facebook. Yeah. I highly recommend you use Facebook. Except, isn't Facebook down?
I think it just came back online.
No.
Yep. And we just got dumber.
So Chad Morton asks, "Where's Thad? What have you done with Thad?"
Here's
the thing about Thad.
He teaches.
He's a professor, a PhD professor of astronomy.
Yeah.
Anytime that we can have Dr. Thad Szabo join us is a sweet gift, and we really appreciate it. And I'm not saying that we call him and we nag him and we guilt him.
Because he hates us.
Yeah.
He just hates us.
Yeah. So this is good. This is like another time of the red spot, and I think it looks, James, your view of the red spot, even though Jupiter's really jumping around, looks better than it did last week, except now.
It's having a space party. It's just like, well,
Yeah.
I'm Jupiter.
You know, Fraser, I did a quick back-of-the-envelope calculation, and there is this synchronization between the VSP and the rotation of Jupiter. Jupiter rotates 16.97 times for every 7 rotations of Earth. So that means nearly 17 times. So it's the Great Red Spot is it moves maybe 10 or 20 degrees every week. So we're in a grouping of we'll have, that means once we have the red spot, we'll have it for 3 or 4 shows, and then it will move around to the other side.
Now, what if we keep moving later and later through the season?
That's the thing, is that the virtual star party is a movable date as well. So that does mess it up a little bit, because
Well,
we're going to be going
math, David.
We're going to be going to daylight savings in 2 Sundays from now. We've only got one more.
Remind me.
For North
It's a good
America,
daylight
anyway,
saving time.
for most of Canada and U.S. So
Yuck.
yeah,
Yep, totally.
So we'll be doing this past midnight pretty soon again.
For you East Coasters.
For you East
Yeah,
Coasters,
for
yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to move to Shaw's view because awesome. So Shaw, what are we looking at here?
It is Venus. It's like way near the zenith at the moment. So
Oh, it's great, Shaw. Wow.
it's, right.
Oh.
It's big now.
Yeah, it is. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
especially you said there's at the zenith, so you're looking through less less air, and I mean, it looks so clear and crisp. I think that's the clearest we've seen it in the VSP.
Now,
Shaw, yeah.
David, you've been writing some articles about this, right? We're at what does that mean when it approaches the zenith?
Right now, well, go ahead.
Go on, David.
Well, Venus right now is still it's still a crescent phase, and it's going toward greatest elongation. But something that's very interesting about it this week, and Shaw, I think you're very close to it. The moon is going to be occulting Venus across Asia and Africa. Shaw, I don't know if I think you're right south of the grays line there.
I'm going to get the Grace quotation for Venus.
Oh, cool. So you're planning on imaging it?
That sounds like the kind of thing he'd
I
image.
need to drive. I'll be driving up north about 500 kilometers away from Kuala Lumpur tomorrow to watch the
cool.
racing competition on Wednesday evening.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, take pics, because I'll probably be doing an article about it. Well, I am doing an article leading up to it tomorrow on Universe Today, but I'll probably be doing a picture roundup too. So.
I approve. I approve of such an article, such a collaboration. Okay, I'm going to move to Gary's view here.
This is the Bubble Nebula.
Nice.
Again, most of them that I shoot here are 1 minute with each filter. So it's a 3-minute total exposure in hydrogen alpha, sulfur, and oxygen.
Terrific. Can really see the bubble there. Can you zoom in at all?
Probably.
Zoom and enhance.
Zoom and enhance. The opposite of that.
Not it. It's zoomed right now since I did the 4x4.
Wants to see
I just love how you've been able to go to color.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the big fan of color like Fraser is. I mean, I totally love the achromatic look for it, but I just love what you've been able to do. And maybe because I've been to your house and I've seen your scope and I know what you've done, and being able to switch those filters on the fly and get a color image from that, I think that's awesome, Gary.
It's pretty cool. We owe it to Roy. I didn't know that feature was there.
Yeah,
He taught me.
Roy got it started. Speaking of Roy,
Hello.
what is it?
That is the Pleiades.
Nice.
You can sort of see. Let me pull the image up here.
I see a little nebulosity there in
Right
some of the
here,
stars.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's only, and there's some up here. I can see on my screen. I don't know if you can see it on yours. That's only 30 seconds on each filter, red, green, and blue.
You have absolutely conquered your
Impressive.
gremlins this week.
Yes.
Great shot.
Great. Yeah, let's have some more.
Okay.
More of this, please.
More,
Add me,
please.
please.
I'm sure you've already moved to your next object, so.
Oh, I've already taken the picture.
Oh, good, good. Well, then make it happen whenever you want. I'm going to go back to Jupiter because it's awesome. Let's see. So any more questions here? So Sterling Gothrop asks, does Venus have a magnetosphere? Good question.
Not really. I know Venus has a very minimal, if non-existent, magnetic field. So Earth
it's
is
not
really the
very
only.
atheist.
Earth is the only terrestrial. We're kind of the oddball that we have a magnetic field for terrestrial planets.
Yeah, Mars doesn't have one.
None of the other ones do,
Yeah.
as far as terrestrials. So.
Oh wow, we can go back to Roy's next image. Okay, Roy, you are on fire tonight. Look at this.
Okay,
You're a
so
maniac, Roy.
two versions of this. This was
Older by
well,
day,
I try not
astronomer
to
by
blow out
night.
the core too much, but you don't see a lot of the nebulosity. So this was 30 seconds, red, green, and blue. And then if we switch over to the one that
Roy Salisbury Nebula.
Yeah, that is not Orion.
60
Looks
seconds.
a little pasty.
Oh, nice.
And it's interesting, there is two satellites that keep going. You can see the blue, the green, and the red.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Humans, you keep putting stuff in my way.
There's a lot of geosats. We talked about this before. The Orion Nebula lies very near the celestial equator, so in certain seasons a lot of times you see astro imagers will catch geosats near there.
Well, it's the Enterprise going through white warp.
It looks like it's warping. Yeah.
Right. So Doug Crosby asks, my 12-year-old daughter Savannah would like to know what Jupiter is made of. Making your show a family event. Thanks. So,
Mainly
Mike,
hydrogen.
Mike, what is Jupiter made out of?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, Jupiter is, like stars and a lot of primordial objects, mostly hydrogen. It's mostly hydrogen. What we're seeing is the cloud tops, but if you tried to land on it, you'd find yourself sinking down to possibly a core down at the very bottom of it. So it's sort of like a star that never quite got finished. You know, it's not quite big enough. So it's got hydrogen primarily, some helium, a few other little things in there. Big ball of gas.
And if you watch my latest video on YouTube, you'll note that if you want Jupiter to turn into a star, all you have to do is crash about another 80 Jupiters into it.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. So
Could happen.
That's all.
And
That's all
this
it'll
is,
take.
So Samantha and her parents should know that this is the bright object in the sky right now. If you go outside anytime in the evening, you look east of the early evening, that's it. And if you got a pair of binoculars, take the family out, hold them steady, and you'll be able to see some of its moons. So that's just a fantastic thing as a first object if you haven't looked through a telescope yet.
Yeah, and the moons move so fast that you can go out night after night, and they'll be all in different positions.
Yeah, so that really bright star, if you guys go outside right now and look up, that really bright star that's up there, that's Jupiter.
Well, do it after the show.
Yeah, do it after the show.
That really bright.
Right in a commercial.
No, take your laptop out with you. Go enjoy the actual stars. I mean, we love you all.
Yeah, there you
go.
The internet will be here when you're back.
Yeah. Chet Morton asks, Roy, have you gone back to the refractor?
Yes.
This is the refractor.
I actually took my 10-inch RC off the mount.
Smashed it up in the Arizona desert.
No, I didn't do that. But,
Whew.
so I could bring it home, collimate it a little better, clean it up, and I've got the 2 refractors on the mount now, a 400 millimeter and the 700. So I can take a little bit wider field as well.
Not bad.
Now, I do have a question here on YouTube, and I know it's been done, but I know it's also extremely difficult. But a bit of the universe on YouTube asks, could someone track the ISS and get an image of it? I would love to see what that looks like through a scope. Now, I know it's possible. I don't know if you can do it live like in a
That's the plan, Scott.
Yeah.
That is on my bucket list.
I plan on living forever.
No, no. I have identified. We've had an astronomer. I forget his name. He's been.
Yeah, I know. We've had this.
He's been with us before. He's done it live. He can do it. We just got to get things all perfectly synchronized so that we get the ISS moving through while this virtual star party.
You know what's going to happen though? Clouds.
I know.
There's some astonishing pictures of the ISS from the ground. Unbelievable.
I helped out on that.
When it's silhouetted against the sun, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move to Gary's view. I don't even need to ask what this is because it's
you already know, don't you?
Yeah. Look at that.
Wow.
A horse head in the flame.
Yeah.
Did you just do that now, Gary?
Yes.
This is live.
Wow.
1 minute per filter.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, you got the Running Man nebula off to the side, and everything.
So if you take the Running Man and the Flame, you get Burning Man, and everyone's in California.
I've been through that area. Not a whole lot. I've been through Black Rock. It's not a whole lot to recommend it.
No, there's not.
Except once a year.
Once a year, yeah.
And then, well, never mind.
Now, what causes the actual horse head, Mike?
Well, it's something to do with the Godfather movie, or it's
Scarface.
It's some cool gas that's silhouetted against the bright gas. So there's some more of that hydrogen, which is what most of the universe is made up out of. It just happens to get into globs here and there that we call stars and planets, but it's fluorescent. The stars behind there or inside of the gas are radiating, and it's giving off, emitting its own light. And so there are clouds in front of it. In this case, somebody made a cloud that looks like a horse's head. Looks like a seahorse to me, actually. And so it's just dark gas. You wouldn't see it at all if it didn't have something behind it that it was blocking.
Ah, okay.
Although I'm going to share a picture real quick because I'm really fortunate enough to work with these guys. But this is a fairly recent image taken by Hubble.
The Hubble Space Telescope?
What?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So, from the Hubble Heritage team.
Dr. Hubble.
And, Edwin, the ghost up at Mount Wilson, came by and dropped this off. But, I just absolutely love it. And this is actually in the infrared. So what we're looking at with Gary is actually in hydrogen alpha light. But this is in infrared and just absolutely beautiful. Love it.
That's the first time I've ever seen it. That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
They brought the horse's head out of the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
So here, what we had before, if you're looking in H alpha, that's the light that's actually being given off by the gas behind. And there's none of that coming from the horse's head, but in this case, it's a different wavelength. It's in infrared, and it actually is glowing in infrared, which is sort of like what we call heat here, heat radiation. And I didn't even know you could do this. And it's pretty much made the background light go away. It's not giving off infrared.
I was going to say, Hubble reaches a little bit into the near infrared, so it does give you a little bit of a peer into it, kind of.
Yeah, and it might even be bigger than some of the telescopes that we have here we can use.
Yeah, and it actually looks more mushroom-shaped because of, well, I'm assuming it's that one star next to Orion's belt there that's pushing the clouds down, the photonic radiation.
Yeah, it does look like, well, there's a lot of turbulence in there, of course.
Yeah.
Somebody, Chet Morton had a good name for it, the Corleone Nebula.
That's good. Getting to Shaw's picture here.
It's a nebula you can't refuse.
So what is this, Shaw?
What we got here?
Oh, it's the moon.
It's the
moon. Green moon.
Yeah, I got a moon here.
Blue moon.
It just passed last quarter.
Sterling Gothrop says, I've actually heard that you can listen to Jupiter's magnetic field on an FM radio. Is that true? Because I would love to hear that.
I've heard of amateurs and radio amateurs doing that before. It's one of the brighter radio objects in the sky.
Look up Project Jove, Jove. I think it's a NASA-run program that walks you through the process of how to do that.
I'm pretty certain next to the sun, it's the brightest radio object. A natural object in the sky.
I think that's right.
That's really cool. Right on. But I guess the sun is next, Shaw. Is that up right now?
The sun is up, yeah.
Right.
Just give a few minutes to enjoy the daylight moon over here.
Okay, cool.
It's going to get harder in the next few days because it's going to be quite close to the sun.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's approaching Venus, so even if you're not along that path of that occultation on Wednesday, everyone will get a good pairing of the moon and Venus. So it's going to be very cool to see them both together.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, that's the crater Plato, that big circular object.
I think it is, yeah. It's kind of hard to tell in the daytime moon. I'm surprised how many people don't realize you can see Venus and the moon during the daytime, actually. The moon's not hard, but Venus you can see in the daytime, too. Yeah. It's going to be really easy to see it Wednesday during the daytime because it's going to be near the moon.
Okay, I'm going to share an amazing picture.
Best time to see it, yeah.
Hold on. I don't know if this...
Easiest to find.
This is coming in.
There we go.
Ooh, cool.
So Christian Froschlin just shared this. This is what I got last week.
What?
But my technique is not well suited to doing it live.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I don't really say this on air that much, but that is amazeballs.
That is. I can see Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
You're floating.
And I can see George Clooney. Okay.
And I have to interject here now that one of the astronauts on the space station right now tweeted that he's watching the movie Gravity.
Oh, don't do it!
Right?
Honest to God.
Okay, but the
don't
thing
do
Can't
it.
make this up.
If you're on the ISS, you know enough about physics to know that whatever's going on there is not actually happening.
Yeah, you know.
Which is why it's not so scary, I guess.
Right.
All right.
So
because I watched that show the day after I met the science advisor at YouTube when we were there with you.
Kevin Grazer.
I watched Gravity the day after, and I wish I watched the day before and be like, what the hell, dude? Why?
Yeah.
So
I talked to him about that. Asked him a bunch of questions.
That ISS image was unbelievable.
That is amazing.
I've never. That's even better
So
than
Christian,
last
now I know you say your technique is not well suited for doing it live. No one's technique is suitable for doing this stuff live. This is the point. The point is that we stretch.
Yeah,
we're
hackers of Google Plus here. We make it work.
And if you could take a picture of the ISS, like if you literally could have a dot in your, we'd be loving it.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing is, if you took it the way you did right there and just exported it and showed, hey, I took this 10 seconds ago, we're okay with that.
We're all right with that.
Totally okay with that.
We could have people reporting in on seeing the past and then show the picture.
Yeah.
That's a live event.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Christian, Fraser is going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Do you want to be an internet celebrity?
So come on, Christian, help us out
The chief
here.
difficulty to getting it live is from any location. If you watch the ISS pass, it only passes like for 2 or 3 minutes, then it's gone. So
Yeah, no, I know.
it would be something it'd be a very short event.
We would have our work cut out to do this live, but that's what makes it fun. So,
Oh yeah, it'd be very cool.
and by we I mean Christian would have it cut out for him.
Because Fraser's totally coming out.
But he's in The Hague, so it would have to be in the morning. Well, no, yeah, it would have to be like a morning. So yeah, the time would have to be pretty funny. We'd probably have to do it in the summer. Anyway, this is the Rosette.
Yes, it is.
What?
Oh, yes.
That's in hydrogen alpha. That's a 3-minute image.
Wow, not bad.
Nice.
You know what that means, Gary? Gotta show him up.
Drop it.
I'm going to show
This
my
has been
I'm actually
thrown.
trying this in.
I'm taking it right now.
Oh, is he? Gotta show him how it's done.
But it's a black rosette.
Now, how long was this taken, Roy?
This was 3 minutes.
3 minutes, okay.
3 minutes in hydrogen alpha.
That looks great. I'm waiting for it to resolve. It's so pixelated on my end. Oh, there we go. There it goes.
I'm going to Gary's view here. His version of the Orion Nebula.
My version of the Orion, and for the way I'm doing, it's really not suited for this because it's such a bright area. All this is blooming,
Yeah,
Yeah.
your stars are.
and you can see
Your
the
pixels
stars
are filling up.
So the Orion needs a lot of very short exposures added together.
Do
Chet
an
Morgan is
HDR
asking, is M33 up? Should be up, right?
Yeah, I've got it on my list here.
Okay.
Up
It's
is
in
an
a
arbitrary
triangle, yeah, it should
designation, so I'm sure it's up somewhere.
Which way is up in space? Well, we're closing in for the time when we can do a Messier marathon.
Oh man, we are.
Yeah, next new moon.
Oh.
Well, new moon's only in about a week.
Yeah.
The next two new moon periods
Well,
are the best.
let me sneak something in here, like you knew I would, Fraser.
Yep.
Global
yep.
Astronomy Month coming up, and this is follow-on to 100 Hours of Astronomy and International Year of Astronomy in April of 2009 that I led, but we've got all kinds of different programs throughout April. And one of the things going on that people here will probably be interested in is these programs done by Gianluca Masi, an astronomer in Rome. He's got his own telescope, some great telescopes, and he runs programs sort of like this, but he's answering questions and so on. And to start off Global Astronomy Month, he always does an online Messier marathon.
Whoa.
And you can pop into it anytime. The only one that's up all night is Gianluca himself. So if to read more about Global Astronomy Month, just go to gam-awb.org. And now back to our program.
I wonder, could we do a Messier marathon within an hour?
No.
No.
Probably not. You'd have to
Why
have people
not?
positioned in different time zones. But
Well, why
Yeah,
not?
that'd be you
we
would
get
have to have different
110 objects,
Yeah.
I believe. That would
Yeah,
be one
You
every
need about
second.
you need probably
30
50
seconds.
telescopes. Yeah, 50 telescopes in all around the world. You might.
No,
be able to-
we'd need maybe 10 telescopes, maybe 8 telescopes in different time zones. The trick is different time zones. So we need we need some stuff in the West Coast, we need some stuff on the East Coast, we need some people in Europe, and maybe some people
But
in
the
Middle
problem
East.
is with that, Fraser, is that the sun's up some of the time. So if we have people on other sides of the planet and they're trying to observe deep sky objects.
No. So you'd have to go literally we'd have to start with
So like when I did Einon, where I started in New Zealand and just kept going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
This would
hate
be
myself enough to do another 24-hour hangout.
No. So we need to have someone like Ahmad would probably be the furthest we could go in Turkey because it would just be morning for him.
Right.
So he would be getting the morning objects, and then we'd move back through someone in Europe, like someone in England, someone in the East Coast, some people in the West Coast, and I think then we might be able to.
You'd probably have to
that'd be
get.
awesome.
You'd have to get some of the tricky ones like M30. I know in the morning in Capricornus, you have to get it right before dawn.
Yeah.
Because there's very short windows, so you probably have to have those go first if somebody had it up in the. And there's another one. I think it's M51. Due to the position when you're doing it, it's near dusk.
Anyway, this is my dream. This is it. This is my dream.
Yeah, how does
So
it feel to
you know,
train,
there's an
Fraser?
advantage here.
110 objects in an hour.
Yeah,
worldwide.
well, maybe an hour and a half.
There's an advantage here because in addition to being able to have people all around the world in the longitude, they can be in latitude as well. So for the southern objects that we don't have above the horizon very long, they'd be in a better position for. So if you
Oh,
plan it out,
absolutely,
it's better than a
yes.
single observer. And Fraser, I got somebody in Pakistan who I know would do it.
Umair. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. I think
yeah.
yeah, Umair's
So I've gone to Gary's view. This looks like M33.
It is. It is, and it's got a lot of nice little hydrogen alpha sticking out.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, it's great.
There you go, Chet. You wanted M33. Gary
There it is.
delivers.
In a timely fashion.
In a
That's
timely
the that's the LA way. Unless you're on the
In a
405.
timey-wimey way.
So wibbly wobbly. I like
Yes.
it.
Oh, that's
All
fantastic.
H2 regions, all the red areas there.
Yeah.
Bright clouds.
So actually, we haven't touched on it this week, Gary. How are you doing 3 colors with your telescope? How are you being able to pull it out? Because it's not just hooking up a DSLR and taking a picture. You've got a really specialized camera on your telescope. How
Yes.
are you able to pull it out?
I've got a camera that's a QSI is the make of it, and it's a CCD camera with it is a monochrome chip, so there's no color to the chip at first. And then it's got a color filter, a wheel mounted in front of it that I can control and move the different filters in front of it. So I can take the hydrogen alpha, the sulfur, the oxygen. It's also, the CCD is cooled. Normally I run it at minus 20 degrees below C, below 0. So it cuts down on the noise.
Right.
And so he takes 3 different pictures of the same object with 3 different filters, and then he merges them together in the software to produce this image.
Yes. That's what I was
No,
trying
no
to say.
supernova.
Yeah, anyone see a supernova? Yeah, good point, Stewart.
Yeah, actually,
comparing
hey, Tom,
one.
can you give us your professional opinion on this? Your expert opinion on pointing out supernovae? What do you
Well, I'm staying clear of that one. I'm hanging up my supernova detection here.
see? Come on, Captain Hindsight.
I'm comparing these images to Wikipedia now as we're watching these. So.
Very good.
Oh, very good. Yes.
Yeah.
Tommy,
Although
you're
your
actually
image is
very good
inverted
at
compared to
finding-
the one they have.
That's good. All right, I'm
You're
going
good
to
at finding a
image.
supernova, Tom, just not recognizing them.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
you did discover it, Tom.
So, Fraser, it looks like that pesky Samantha has another question.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah, we ought to answer that.
we got to answer that one as well. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so the question was, oh, did it disappear? Okay, yeah. If it's made of gas, why is it considered a planet? So Savannah, that's how you. Well, the definition of a planet it has to have 3 things. So one, the thing has to be orbiting the sun, the blob of matter. It doesn't matter if it's hydrogen or rock or whatever. It just has to be something that's orbiting the sun. And Jupiter definitely fulfills that criteria. The second thing is that a planet has to have enough gravity to pull itself into a ball. And let's just take a look. Yes,
Basically round.
Jupiter has pulled itself into a flattened ball.
Right.
And
Now,
so
the
the
reason why-
third criteria for Jupiter, or for any planet, is that it has to have cleared out its orbit in the solar system. And so there needs to be no other large objects in the same area. And Jupiter has done that as well. So Jupiter fulfills all 3 criteria, and therefore Jupiter is a planet. And unfortunately, Pluto is no longer a planet. So,
Oh, it had it.
so I hope that's Savannah. I'm sure you're going to have some more coming our way too. But
Yeah, Samantha says, or Savannah, what?
Savannah. Yeah.
What? Savannah? Okay, so she says one last question. Don't ever have a last question. You
Yeah,
have to keep
keep them
asking
coming.
questions.
We can take them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just keep
rolling
asking
with
questions all the time. I'll also point out that there are equal number of rocky planets with a solid surface like the Earth and gas giant planets like Jupiter. So all of the outer planets are big balls of gas like that. And almost all of the exoplanets, planets around other stars that have been discovered, are big balls of gas as well. They just haven't become not big enough to be a star. There are reasons why we discover mostly those, because it's hard to find the little
Right, because they're bigger.
but
They're easier to see when they transit their star.
a lot bigger and easier to see. But still, there are lots of things like that. So hydrogen makes up most of the things we see in the universe.
And
So I've
Jupiter's
moved to
not.
Shaw's view, and we're going to look at the sun. These cool sunspot collection.
Yeah, this is the only safe way we recommend you look at the sun. Please don't look up at the sun. This is the safe way.
If you want to see the sun, just ask Shaw, and he'll bring up his telescope.
I've been tracking
Anywhere in the world, he'll just show up.
I'm sure if you could make it to Malaysia, to Kuala Lumpur, he'd be glad to show you.
Okay, so I have to answer something here, Fraser, because somebody didn't get the website for Global Astronomy Month, and that's a word from our sponsor. So it's GAM dash.
Wait, this is sponsored?
AWB.
Wait, where's that
Said
check?
the S word.
GAM
dash AWB. That's for Astronomers Without Borders.
Okay.
And you can just Google Astronomers Without Borders or go to astronomerswithoutborders.org. Everything's an ORG, which means we don't have any money. And so check it out. There's a full program schedule, but there will be much more added. There are observing programs.
Now, Mike, are you not getting your secret checks from NASA for covering up Planet X like the rest of us?
Well, there are too many people watching that I would have to have killed if I disclosed that.
Yeah. I'm going to move to Roy's view. What do we got?
I'll tell you what, Mike. If you send that promotional check, I'll keep your secret.
So what is this, Roy?
So I had the rosette in hydrogen alpha. This is the rosette in RGB.
I don't see it.
You don't see
I can
it.
barely see it.
I see it great on my screen.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, I see all the red stuff. I don't see it great. It's not. That was the whole point.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
And Roy's probably using a 10-bit monitor.
I see it.
No, it looks great, Roy. I can see the subtleties coming in now that it's resolving.
The idea was that in the hydrogen alpha, you could see it really good because it's putting off so much hydrogen. But when you're just doing in the red, green, and blue, you don't really see the nebula.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so Doug Crosby. Now my 10-year-old Andrea wants in on the questions. How do we know how long Jupiter has had its red spot? David, you've researched this.
Well, we know it's, I believe it was Cassini that first saw it in the early 17th century, so we've been tracking it for about 300 years. And we know it's had it at least that long, but we don't honestly know if it's been there longer than that. It seems to be fading away right now. There's a lot of evidence that it may be fading out of view. So we don't know, say, if you could go back a few thousand years and look at Jupiter, if it would look anything like it does now or not. We're not absolutely certain. But it's been there at least a few centuries. We have actual records on it.
Yeah, so, and Gary mentioned last time, too, that some of us old guys saw it when it was a lot brighter, a lot darker, easier to see.
It did actually look red.
Yeah, it really was a big red spot, and it was easy for me to see in my 4.5-inch, my first telescope in 1970.
To me now, it looks more salmon pink now than red.
Yeah, I consider it kind of the okay red spot.
Yeah.
And we've seen the red spot junior, which is this smaller spot that's appeared in the last couple of years.
Yeah, there's other storms that come in and out.
Yeah, and so we can see that other storms do form, and that was formed when several storms all kind of crashed into each other and formed a bigger storm that was a little more stable.
You know, I think this is more of the great mauve spot. It's not quite red. It's mauve.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great
It's not a
salmon
great spot. It's a good spot.
Yeah,
It's a good spot, yeah.
Whoa, Gary. Now that's a rosette.
Yeah,
My
sorry,
rosette.
Roy.
Eh.
And that is
And satellite.
Was that your opinion, Roy?
And
Eh.
interesting
Yeah.
enough,
Interesting.
talk about the three colors when I take the picture. You can see the green down here. So that filter, the satellite was going through there when that filter was on, and it was going through here
Oh, that's awesome.
when the
really
hydrogen
great.
alpha filter was on. So you can see there's my switching time right in there, that little gap.
So you got
Pretty quick.
And
an
these are
H
3
alpha
1 minutes,
airplane.
right?
So what?
These are 3 1-minute exposures, right?
3 1 minute, yeah.
That was good timing.
So you could probably take a look at this and you can see how fast that was going at that point in the field of view. You can know its
Absolutely.
altitude. Yeah. Now that we know that's the length of a minute, we can measure
And
that.
a minute, and it's traveling. Well, I'm a degree by a degree and a half. So vertically, I'm a degree. So that's probably 40 seconds, 40 arc seconds long.
Yeah, thereabouts.
See, this is how math and physics works, and we can discover this stuff together live on air.
Now, if we just knew to put the satellite up there.
Exactly.
Also, right at the transition from green to red, this satellite is tumbling because it's dimmer right when the shutter opens than it is when the shutter closes.
Well, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, right here.
It's not uncommon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can learn all sorts of stuff from that image.
Yeah,
Piece of
that's
space
perfect.
junk just tumbling end over end, probably.
Where
Yeah.
the aliens are from and all that neat stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know what Ronald Minch is asking. I mentioned Space Program and Mr. Lewis, or Mr. Scott. Please, yeah, just Scott's fine. Plus One View. I gather he knows about it. I know about a few space programs, but I don't know what you're really referencing, Ronald. So more info, please.
I'm going to share another image from Christian, which is Callisto with Io. Check this out.
Yeah.
So how long? I'm not
Very
sure,
cool.
Christian. How long ago did you take this picture? Because it seems pretty similar to what we're seeing right now. Well, I'm going to assume this is what you're seeing.
Callisto is the only moon that doesn't always cast a shadow every time it passes over Jupiter, too. We got to be pretty close to edge on in its orbit for it to do that. Now, it's not quite casting a shadow there, but it looks like it's about to.
Yeah.
Although
This is
I
a good.
just- Oh, go ahead, Tom.
Oh, this is a good example of between what James is doing in a live view, showing just atmospherics and all sorts of stuff, and barely able to see anything, to what Fraser had up there, where you take maybe a minute or so worth of video clips of Jupiter in the raw like this, stack them together, and you're able to physically tease out detail.
Yeah, it looks a lot better than it does on the live view when you do that.
Yeah.
So it's taking all the very best frames, and some programs like Registax, they have an algorithm where it can take the 10% of the best frames and just stack them together.
It's the same thing like with this view of the sun from Shaw. You know, if he runs the video and then stacks it up, you'll see these amazingly detailed images of these sunspots.
Now, what about this type of detail? What type of cluster is this?
That is a globular cluster.
A globular cluster, you say?
Nice work, Perry.
Yes.
I'll hazard to guess that's M3.
Yeah, it was M3.
That's one of my
it does
favorite
say
Northern
M3.
Hemisphere ones. That and M13, I think, are the best in the Northern Hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
And so this goes to show, too, please, if you do your own astrophotography and not able to join us live for any reason, please put it into the event page. We love being able to share out your work and show what everyone's able to do here.
Man, I am tired tonight. Apologies for yawning. I know.
But one of the very best clusters is Omega Centauri, and we're actually reaching the season where you can see it from the southern U.S. in April or so.
Maybe, yeah, you can.
Yeah, from down the southern tier states, you can actually. A lot of people don't know you can see Omega Centauri. It gets about 15 degrees above the horizon in April here. So.
Yeah, it's real obvious when you've got a good southern horizon.
Yeah.
You know to
You
look.
need to get somebody like Rod Mallows or somebody like that from down south.
So,
Well,
David, I think what you need to image next for me is Omicron Persei 8. If you can observe that for me, that would be amazing.
From the planet
Omicron Persei 8.
Well, I fact-checked myself on the Great Red Spot. It was first seen by Giovanni Cassini in 1665, so I was a few decades off, but I got the right name.
That's astronomy. Orders of magnitude don't really matter.
Oh, man, that's a great Jupiter, though. Good night for Jupiter.
Yeah. I mean, even
Shaw's
with the wind
moving
and
around
everything.
on the sun here. No sunspots over there.
You know, it would be interesting to see an ISS solar transit live, although it'd be you'd have to have somebody positioned in the exact right place to catch it.
Yeah.
And it'd be like less than a second.
Zip.
We did that at Mount Wilson with one of the solar telescopes. It's one of the tower telescopes, and if you put just a board at the focal plane, you get a 17-inch image of the sun, and when you just see satellites zipping across it every once in a while.
Oh, cool. It's big enough, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The image is big
we tried to predict when Mir was going to go across, and we had all our cameras ready and everything. We missed it, but I think now the software would be better. We could probably do that.
I visually watched the ISS transit the sun once. You can see it, but it's very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have dare say so.
I'm going to Gary's view.
Okay, this is one part of the California Nebula. It's bigger than my field of view, so I tried to come down to this end, and if you look at this little triangular knot here, I'm doing exposure where that's going to be down near the bottom of the picture, so you can see pretty much the whole thing in the next picture. That is one end of the California Nebula.
But which end? Can you see my house?
Yeah, it's on fire.
Not anymore. I'm in the city now. So just the big glob of light pollution, that's where I'm at.
I didn't take the time dilation into effect.
That's right.
I can see a great.
Here, I'll deliver those dilithium crystals next week, and you'll get that taken care of.
Might keep getting back ordered.
Oh, I got a supplier here. That's why I moved to the city.
Ah.
Oh, Shaw's got a really nice group of sunspots there. Man, that's so nice.
Yeah, that group of sunspots is about to rotate out of view. I've been following it the last few days. They're small, but they're very complex. They're kind of cool.
Yeah, that's quite the magnetic field there to generate a pattern like that.
We had some
you
big
really
spots
see
until a few weeks
that
ago.
difference between the umbra and the penumbra, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that one there, it's like a little ball almost.
I remember
Really
the
circular.
first time you called them umbra and penumbra. This was like a year and a half ago. You're like, that's what they're really called, like the eclipses. It's the same thing. And because it's still showing the same type of effect that we're seeing, even though it's not the actual phenomenon.
Diffused.
Guys, that's what they're called.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Solar,
like no one believed you for 2 weeks.
solar physics, they use all kinds of really old terms from over 100 years ago, like flocculi and plage,
flocculent?
beach, and
Flocculent.
they're slowly being replaced, but they were descriptive, and so those are descriptive.
Yeah.
Not a real shadow.
They had no idea what they were actually seeing. They just kind of described them as their visual appearance. So.
Yeah, they look kind of globular, you know.
The one big spot there, the umbra dark spot there, that's probably about 1 or 2 diameter sizes of the Earth.
It seems so small, but yeah, it's gigantic.
Yeah, it's probably around 10,000 miles across.
I feel puny.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary's updated his image here. Let's go back to Gary's
What do
image.
we have here?
This is the other part of it. You can see from this little knot here, I've moved it down. To me, it kind of looks like a shrimp with the eye here and its little feelers sticking out. A shrimp head.
Yeah.
Chulu.
I think really
I think
everyone
Cthulhu nebula.
experiences nebulae differently. We all see what we see.
I disagree, Gary. It's definitely the Cthulhu Nebula.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm all for Lord and Master Cthulhu, and that's what I see.
It's definitely a lot of Borg Homer.
Not a Borg Homer, yeah.
I gotta find another thing to shoot. I ran through my
you found
list.
Cthulhu. We're all
Any
dead.
recommendations from the crowd? So what do we got here? Ooh, I think someone's trying to find a supernova.
Yep.
You're a little late,
Me
Rob.
too.
Wow.
That supernova was already found.
Yes, but it still looks cool.
Still there.
Yeah,
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's 12th magnitude now. I saw in the recent
Yeah.
AA
But
VSO.
still, that's hanging in there for magnitude.
It's the other one, Roy. It's
the other one, the Edge on one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There.
It's that star
Up where
up
I
there.
got my cursor,
Right there.
but you can't see.
Right here.
Although I
right
should-
there, right over there. Yeah,
I'll
right
check
there.
M81 just in
Yeah,
case.
it's like one of those dots things that's really shining up in your image. Can you zoom in on it? There you go. Yeah, the dot.
Find it.
Oh,
There it is. Yeah.
we're lost in space.
So that's M81 and M82, and that one there, M82, that's the galaxy that that has the supernova in it.
Not if you ask
Supernova
Tom.
is that bright spot. And I don't even want to talk about this anymore.
No? Are you feeling shamed?
I'm feeling too much pain.
Yeah.
So, Fraser, I have something but I have to do it sort of quickly when there's time here because it's a very secret image.
Okay.
Oh, a secret image.
Yeah.
Well, it's just us. There's no one here watching.
It's just us. Okay,
Yeah,
so
this
whenever
is not
it's
a show that's been running for 2 years, and we don't have an audience that shows up every week.
Yeah. So go ahead and put your image
okay,
up.
so here's the deal. Somebody mentioned something about Planet X, and I have a picture of Planet X. And this was, I'm not kidding.
Wait,
taken
where's my
offline.
tinfoil hat? Hold on a second. Let me...
I'm being serious here.
I know,
And,
so am I.
So we were getting lots of pictures. Yeah, I'm sure you are. And we were getting lots of questions of Mount Wilson about Planet X. So one of the guys at one of the telescopes took a picture of Planet X. This is actually from the webcam at Mount Wilson Observatory on a solar telescope. And he was ordered to take it down when UCLA, that runs the solar program, got lots of questions about this, people calling in. So here is this secret image of
I remember this. Yes.
You cannot find it online anymore.
Oh,
no.
Oh, yes, I remember.
He was getting tired of all the
I
questions.
can see that it's about to cause the pole flip.
You know, I'm a lot closer to USC, but I love those guys at UCLA because that's totally something I would do. That's absolutely something I would do.
USC runs the smaller 60-foot tower telescope there. There are some other ones there. If anybody wants to see, that's an awesome thing too. If you go to mtwilson.edu, you can find the Tower County Sea Live images of Mount Wilson and look through the best of. But you won't find this there because it has been removed.
It's been
by
removed
order of the
by the
authorities.
government. Yeah.
I love the
yeah.
use of the duct tape.
Yeah.
It holds the universe together.
Yeah.
That's terrific.
Well, that's how we deflected it, with a bunch of duct tape. And just
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
Now, Shaw, your color has changed. You've changed the color of the sun. What's going on?
Yeah, I just changed to just add another 2 times Barlow lens to zoom in a bit.
Yeah, you're zoomed in.
okay.
now.
Well, the sun's getting a little sick, and so it's turned
It's got a
pale.
little green.
Yeah.
All right, we just got like a couple of minutes left, so why don't we start sort of wrapping up? You guys got any more pictures to show?
I got one that's coming up about a minute away.
And
Yeah.
Roy, are you working on one too?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna go and we can just watch Jupiter for a little while longer. So
You can already see motion from the red spot. You can tell it's rotated. Just
Oh
to
yeah,
make sure.
totally.
Yeah, it's moved about a third of the way across.
Yeah, rotates once every 9.9 hours. So
Yeah.
it's quick. Fastest rotator in the solar system.
Oh, so Christian just responded. He said the Jupiter image was from February 22nd, so it's actually a day ago. So.
Ah.
And Chris Dudka just posted a beautiful image. I'm going to see if I can bring that up. So if you're wondering where we're getting these images from, people are posting them to the event page over on Google+.
Yeah.
And I wish it was easier to find.
I'll show you right over here. So here's our event page, and I'm signed in as Google Plus or as VSP. So yeah, feel free to just click this button, and you can add your own photos. And please let us know. Please let them be yours.
Yeah.
If they're not, I will delete them so quickly.
We can tell. We can recognize.
Yes.
If they're
the Hubble
re-entries
Space
of Mirror, we'll know what they are.
Yeah. Right.
Or give credit where credit's due, at least.
The other thing that we might want to do, we've got the Universe Today Flickr group, and we've got about 13,000 images in that. So
Which is
maybe we
insane.
I know. So maybe we can get people to post pictures there, and we can pull them out of that Flickr group.
I'm in there as a writer, just looking to see what people are doing every day.
I know. There's so many
New stuff
story
going up
ideas
every
just
day,
in that
yeah.
pool.
Yeah, I can dig in there and find something to write about every day.
Yeah.
Hey, Fraser. If you you don't mind, I'd like to show what you can do with the all-azimuth mount, because I don't think people take it very seriously as far as deep sky photography.
Fraser might not mind, but I do, actually, James. Sorry.
Yeah. We're not going to take you seriously,
No.
James. No, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
All
definitely.
azimuth is
Show your
for
picture.
jokers.
Let's see.
Yeah. Let me switch over.
Come on, James, we're waiting.
Ooh,
We're
I'm
waiting,
going
James.
to go to Gary's green galaxy.
Andromeda.
Green Galaxy.
Andromeda.
Green
Part of
drum.
that is because of where it is. This is probably the last we're going to see it of the season. It's
Oh, I
really
thought it
low
was
in
for
the
St.
west.
Patty's Day. That's
Yeah.
coming up soon.
It's green shifting.
Very, very low in the west.
Yeah, it's green shifting. I do that
Yeah.
too when I'm on a roller coaster.
Farewell, Green Andromeda. All right. So here's James' picture that he's going to show us.
Now, that's quite the claim. You said best? Really, James? The best
Best.
picture of Andromeda ever.
The best picture he's taken. It's
All
pretty
right,
great,
man.
though. Look at that. The dark dust lanes over on the side there,
That
and all
is
the
great.
star
Yeah.
clusters and stuff.
That's quite
Amazing.
good.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, you actually see the core. I mean, the arms are actually just a little cattywampus to the core.
That is a technical term, everyone. Cattywampus.
Yep, cattywampus. Yeah, we got flocculent. We can have cattywampus.
I think in this case they're semi-cattywampus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So James, what was the technique? What did you do? How many minutes?
He faked it.
He faked it.
Yep.
There we go.
It's really just a basketball
it's
hanging
MS
in front of his
Paint.
telescope.
Yep, it's MS Paint.
Yeah. He
A
should-
lot of time.
Yeah.
So I take 20-second exposures. For some reason, it's not giving the full view.
Try reopening it. I think you're accidentally squeezed over.
I was sizing it down to think that I would actually show the full thing, but it's not showing the full thing for some reason.
Oh, it's
It's
not
probably
really
the way,
facing
whatever you're
entire
using
window.
to share your image into the VSP is probably causing the problem. But
Yeah.
that was terrific.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I put it.
But
into
you
the
also
event
share
page.
the image over just into the event page, and then people
Yeah.
can take a look at it. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're done. Unless, here it is. Roy's final picture. Is that the flame and the horse head?
Flame into his
45
head.
seconds.
Oh yeah.
I see it.
Oh, I see it.
All right. Fantastic.
Now, before we clear
Turn
out,
your headset
I
on.
was watching a show the other day. It might have been through the wormhole. And just to put things in perspective of size, the guy was in Phoenix, and he said if our solar system, whole solar system, was the size of a penny, the edge of our galaxy would be those mountains over there that are 10, 15 miles away. He said the nearest galaxy to us would be at Mars.
Nice. But
That
it's
just
heading
kind
right
of gives
for
you
us, Gary.
perspective.
It's
Huh?
headed
Yeah.
right for us
Yeah.
in 5 billion years.
No,
But that-
5.4. Get it right.
Okay,
Orders of
okay,
magnitude
so-
don't matter.
So Christian has posted one more note, and I think it's pretty awesome. So I'm just going to share this picture that he just shared with us. Can you see this?
You're just showing off, Christian.
Yeah, this is the ISS through a Galileo scope,
Awesome.
No way.
Wow.
Holy
kidding.
cow.
handheld.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you take it with your iPhone?
But
That is
it's a
epic.
Lego.
Yeah.
It's a
Looks
Lego
like it was
ISS.
Ed John
You see the
on that
Legos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's an 8-bit camera.
That's phenomenal. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
seriously
really
through a
good.
Galileo scope?
I know.
Of those things are,
Did
Just
you
to
yeah,
aim
help,
it
they
must
have
have
a field
been-
of view of
yeah.
like 1 minute or something.
Yeah, didn't you help
Crazy.
get those things made?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to say goodbye to people because it's 8 o'clock. It's time to go to bed.
Yep.
Dave Dickinson, thank you. I'm sorry your telescope didn't work inside the house.
No
I think
problem.
next time we'll try outside.
Try
We'll be on
outside,
sta-
yeah.
We'll be
I
on
know.
standard time. One more VSP, so we'll try.
Or we will turn you into Toronto and you'll have a sky dome and just open up your roof.
I'd like to have an observatory again. I'd love to have that.
That'd be great. Gary Gonella, thank you as
Thanks,
always.
everybody.
Great
It was a pleasure.
pictures tonight.
Yeah,
Just
great job,
phenomenal.
Gary.
James, thanks for dropping the gauntlet on the folks who don't like your mount. because you totally nailed it.
Yes.
That's an amazing picture, and the wonderful views of Jupiter tonight. Really
It's
amazing.
actually uploading. It will be done in about 5 seconds here to
Awesome.
the event
Oh,
page.
to the event page. Oh, great. Okay. Mike Simmons, thanks as always. And one last plug: Astronomers Without Borders.
AstronomersWithoutBorders.org in Global Astronomy Month, and also I want to tell Savannah. I think sorry for mispronouncing your name all through the show, but it's not the first time I've done that. And I'll be interested in seeing what she thought of seeing Jupiter and new questions next week too.
Next week. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll take her next set of questions.
Yep.
Roy Salisbury, great picture tonight. I'm glad to see the refractors rolling this week.
Yes, I like them better.
All right, we're going to go to Shah. Shah, always a pleasure. Thanks for bringing all of the daytime objects that you could. I want to see like Orion Nebula next. In the day.
Daytime.
Right.
I think you're up for it. Tom Nathe, thanks as always
sir.
for bringing the knowledge.
Yes.
And to my co-host, Scott Lewis, a.k.a. Scientific Scott.
Scientific Scott
Thanks,
on Twitter.
as always, for all your help. And I know Scott really is just like the most sarcastic human being alive, but he actually does a tremendous amount of work every week. And I just want to give him a huge thank you for all of the marketing and all of the coordinating and all of the copy pasting and all of the stuff that he has to do every week.
All the stuff that it gets done, but maybe that's why I'm so sarcastic, because I'm just bitter now.
Because you're
I think Fraser,
you need the vamp. You need the vamp.
Yeah. And I actually got to thank Susie Murph as well, who was our producer for Universe Today and does a ton of the work on getting the Virtual Star Party and Astronomy Cast and the Weekly Space Hangout and all the stuff all put together. So thanks a lot to Susie.
Because you've taken a lot off my shoulders and lets me focus on other things. So thank you for that.
And a lot off my shoulders as well. And a lot of all of our shoulders. So hey, thanks everyone on the team for joining us this week. It was a great show. Thanks everyone for watching. We really appreciate you guys watching what we're doing. The next thing is probably going to be Astronomy Cast. We're going to be having to do it at a funny time because Pamela is going to be on an airplane coming back from Pensacon, and so we're going to probably have to go early tomorrow morning, and I don't know whether I want to get up in the morning, so we might have to do it later on in the afternoon.
At 5.
I am, when she's done. So I'm not sure. And then, of course, there's going to be Learning Space on Wednesday. And now Jay, my sort of co-creator with the videos that I do on Universe Today, is here now, and we're going to be shooting a whole bunch of videos this week. So we got a bunch more really cool topics, and we'll be shooting out some production stuff this week as we get to our topics. All right, I will. All right. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Thanks, everyone, for joining. And we'll see you all next week.
Let's see. We have the Weekly Space Hangout Friday, and I may or may not be in it. I will be at Science Online, but
I should do it live from Science Online. All right.
I'm thinking about it. We did it last year. We'll do it again this year.
Okay. We'll see you later.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right, we're live. Well, hey, everybody. My name is Fraser Cain. I'm the publisher of Universe Today, and this is your Virtual Star Party for Sunday,
the 23rd of February,
2014.
Yes.
And we got lots of telescopes and lots of brain power tonight, so I think this is going to be a really good show. It's up to you to guess who are the telescopes and who are the brain power. All right, joining us. We got David Dickinson in Florida. Hey, David.
Hey, everything's
now
inside
your
tonight.
telescope I see over there is going to look through your ceiling. How's this going to work?
Well, that one's looking through the ceiling, and the other ones, they're both looking through the ceiling, basically. So, yeah, we're clouded out here tonight, so they're grounded.
Right, okay. All right, moving on. We got Gary Gonella in Los Angeles. Now, Gary, we can never tell whether you've got clear skies or not because you're in your bunker.
Yeah, it's good tonight.
It's good?
I got skies.
You got skies.
Yeah.
All right. Now, your hills aren't on fire?
No, nothing's burning. We could use some rain.
No, not tonight.
Well, since I've left that area, then the fires have gone out.
Right, they follow you.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something said there.
Hey,
that has been noted, Scott.
Hey, I was a firefighter, all right? I put those out.
Oh, right. We got James McGee. Hey, James. He's muted.
Silent James. is
Silent James. Well, he's got huge winds happening in the background, so he's going to be muted most of the time, I'm sure.
Yes.
I can hear the wind.
Maybe.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
can't hear James.
Sounds like he's at the South Pole or something.
Yeah, he's at the South Pole. He's on some mountain somewhere. From Astronomers Without Borders, we got Mike Simmons. And Mike, your big show is coming up pretty soon now. Your big event.
Yeah, the big thing. If I get a chance to mention it, well, I'll mention some online stuff that we're doing, online observing.
All right.
Those will
Well, I'm
be
sure
big
you'll
events.
you'll sneak that in at some point while we do the
I
show.
will. I'm sneaky.
I am getting echo. Where am I getting it from?
I've tried that all pre-show. I'm just.
Moment. So
Oh, it's great, Shaw. Wow.
right.
Oh.
It's big now.
Yeah, it is. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
especially you said there's at the zenith, so you're looking through less cloud, or excuse me, less air, and I mean, it looks so clear and crisp. I think that's the clearest we've seen it in the VSP.
Now,
Sure, yeah.
David, you've been writing some articles about this, right? We're at what
Yeah.
what does that mean when it approaches the zenith?
Right now, well, go ahead.
Go on, David.
Well, Venus right now is still it's still a crescent phase, and it's going toward greatest elongation. But something that's very interesting about it this week, and Shaw, I think you're very close to it. The moon is going to be occulting Venus across Asia and Africa. Shaw, I don't know if I think you're right south of the grays line there.
I'm going to get the Grace quotation for Venus.
Oh, cool. So you're planning on imaging it?
That sounds
So,
like the kind of thing he'd
I
image.
need to drive. I'll be driving up north about 500 kilometers away from Kuala Lumpur tomorrow to watch the
Oh, cool.
Grace quotation on Wednesday evening.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, take
Wow.
pics, because I'll probably be doing an article about it. Well, I am doing an article leading up to it tomorrow on Universe Today, but I'll probably be doing a picture roundup too. So.
God,
I
that's great.
approve. I approve of such an article, such a collaboration. Okay, I'm going to move to Gary's view here.
This is the Bubble Nebula.
Nice.
Again, most of them that I shoot here are 1 minute with each filter, so it's a 3-minute total exposure in hydrogen alpha, sulfur, and oxygen.
Terrific. Can really see the bubble there. Can you zoom in at all?
Probably.
Zoom and enhance.
Zoom
No.
and enhance. The opposite of that.
Not it. It's zoomed right now since I did the
Digging,
4x4.
digging.
Wants to see a
I
close-up.
just love how you've been able to go to color.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the big fan of color like Fraser is. I mean, I totally love the achromatic look for it, but I just love what you've been able to do. And maybe because I've been to your house and I've seen your scope and I know what you've done, and being able to
Use Google. Let me see. We can also use YouTube if you want to make a
YouTube,
comment over on
yes.
YouTube. We'll probably notice that as well. The one I recommend the best is the Q&A app.
it's Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Facebook. Yeah, I highly recommend you use Facebook. Except, isn't Facebook down?
I think it just came back online.
No.
Yep.
Um,
And we just got dumber.
So Chad Morton asks, "Where's Thad? What have you done with Thad?" See,
He's a
here's the thing
professor.
about Thad.
He
is
teaches.
he's a professor, a PhD professor of astronomy.
Yeah.
Anytime that we can have Dr. Thad Szabo join us is a sweet gift, and we really appreciate it. And I'm not
He's a
saying that
total
we call him and we
slacker
nag
that
him
doesn't
and we
show
guilt
up
him.
because he hates us. He
Yeah.
just hates us.
Yeah. So this is good. This is like another time of the red spot, and I think it looks, James, your view of the red spot, even though Jupiter's really jumping around, looks better than it did last week, except now.
It's having a space party. It's just like, whoa,
Yeah.
I'm Jupiter.
You know, Fraser, I did a quick back-of-the-envelope calculation, and there is this synchronization between the VSP and the rotation of Jupiter. Jupiter rotates 16.97 times for every 7 rotations of Earth. So that means nearly 17 times. So it's the Great Red Spot is it moves maybe 10 or 20 degrees every week. So
Ah.
we're in a grouping of we'll have, that means once we have the red spot, we'll have it for 3 or 4 shows, and then it will move around to the other side.
Now, what if we keep moving later and later through the season?
That's the thing, is that the virtual star party is a movable date or as well. So that does mess it up a little bit, because
Well,
we're
do
going to be
more
going.
math, David.
We're going to be going to daylight savings in 2 Sundays from now. We've
Yeah,
only got one
don't
more
remind me.
For North
Stupid
America
daylight
anyway.
saving time.
For most of Canada and U.S. So
Yuck.
yeah.
Yep, totally.
So we'll be doing this past midnight pretty soon again.
For you East Coasters.
For you East Coasters,
for
yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to move to Shaw's view because awesome. So, Shaw, what are we looking at here?
This is Venus. It's like way near the zenith at the moment.
Like mute everybody and I'll
Yeah.
talk.
So you're all getting muted. It's just I'm sorry to say this in advance. You're all getting muted. We got Roy Salisbury. Hey, Roy.
Hey.
And have you worked through all of your gremlins this week?
Yes, I have.
All of the technology, all of the
Did you
telescopes.
hide the water? Hide the water.
Is there wind? Is there?
No
It's
wind,
all good.
No clouds, no moon. Everything's perfect.
Right on. My co-host, Scientific Scott
Oh
Lewis.
God. Yes, that is me. Being scientific.
And if you
Scott.
haven't already, you've got to check out Scott's work with the new Kepler video that you guys posted to Deep Astronomy. It was fantastic.
We had a lot of fun with it, and it's been doing really, really well. Huge shout out to Universe Today, Huffington Post, Discovery for sharing it out there on their websites. It's been awesome, and just all the great comments we've had. It's been really great for the last it's been out for 3 days now, and a lot of really good
20,000 views on it so far.
Yeah, 24,000.
That's amazing.
Ran over.
That's fantastic. And it's got Tony Darnell's just beautiful voice.
Beautiful, buttery voice.
Yeah.
Tony Darnell wrote and narrated it, and I did the production and directing. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
A lot of work.
A lot of work, but I think it paid off. We had a lot of fun doing it.
Well, it's the opposite to what we do, right? We everything here we just do it all live, but with what you were sitting editing for weeks on
I'm
end.
sitting here in front of Premiere in my dungeon, just but it was worth it. I've really started to love video editing to the point where I can make these things come alive. So it's been nice.
We got Shaw Ahmad. Hey, Shaw. You're muted though.
Yeah.
Are you too afraid, Shaw? You can unmute yourself for a second.
No, don't do it, Shaw. You'll break the internet.
All right. Now, have you put like a bunch of your photographs behind you? Is that what we're looking at here? And then you've got your stairs leading up to your telescope?
These are some of the photographs that I took from. It was from Australia actually, when I went there on last November, 2012.
Oh, nice.
And you took those during the day?
No.
So you do astronomy at night?
You're calling the daytime astronomer, yeah.
Yeah, the daytime astronomer.
I'll change that. Don't worry. If I have to be up at 3 a.m. to have another VSP, I will do it.
Who needs muting? Okay.
I think it's Gary. I'm sorry, Gary, but I think it's you.
We got Tom Nathe. Hey, Tom.
Hey! How y'all doing out there in internet land?
We got tons of snow today. And I know you didn't. You're up in the northwest, but we got all this. We got mountains of snow.
Yeah, the dividing line is the Columbia River for us.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, well, let's get rolling
everything
then.
north of the Columbia.
So we've already got a few telescopes. Let's see who's got telescopes for us.
I vote James.
I vote James. Let's go with James.
As the clouds roll in. And let's move somewhere else.
That is perfect. That is perfect.
Yeah, James,
I can see the red spot.
You're booted.
There it is.
Okay, so we've got the red spot in the center. And,
Someone say cute clouds.
Occasionally, you can actually see a moon crossing Jupiter there towards the left of the red spot.
I can see a flash.
The red spot tonight.
I can see a flash of white where Europa is. Yeah, the moon. It just moved in front. They're very occasional.
Let people know how they can get in contact with us. So if you want to participate in the show, you can always use the Q&A app, which we've enabled. You should be able to see that Fraser Cain is answering questions. It says, be part of the conversation. Click to join live Q&A on Google Hangouts. You can also put any comments into the event page over on Google+. There's where the video is actually being hosted on my stream on Google+.
And there's two events on the VSP page, and
two events on the VSP page.
I commented pointing people to the real one.
Yeah.
So if you leave a comment on the fake one, that's on you.
That's on you. We're not going to catch that one. No. You could use Twitter. Use @the_VSP.
I'm checking that out.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. And we can also